Animal Kingdom Season 6 Episode 9. The end may be in sight for the Cody boys as Animal Kingdom embarks on an emotionally grueling ride with its latest episode, Gethsemane. This review contains spoilers for Season 6 of Animal Kingdom. Gethsemane, the latest episode of TNT's crime thriller, Animal Kingdom, embarks on an emotionally grueling journey that may spell the beginning of the end for the Cody family's legacy. Gethsemane undoubtedly plants the focus on Pope, Sean Hattasey, who delivers another stellar performance as the troubled eldest brother of the Cody family. Kevin Kesslick's portrayal of teenage Pope can't be ignored in Gethsemane either, as both actors paint a depressing picture of how tethered Pope and his mother have always been. Following the shocking demise of Smurf, Ellen Barkin, prior to Animal Kingdom Season 4 finale, Barkin's absence has been felt. Layla George, who plays Smurf in Animal Kingdom's flashbacks, has done an incredible job in recreating Smurf's flair, but in many of the present scenes, Smurf's legacy continues to hover over the Cody boys like a dark cloud. Gethsemane serves as a painful reminder to the boys and viewers that despite her physical absence, Smurf's claws are still very much attached to present events. The strongest part of Gethsemane is Pope, and there are two scenes that cement this. The first is between Pope and Duran, Jake Weary, at the family home's poolside. Pope brews over the events that are about to transpire. The guilt he is still harboring over Catherine's death, and the trouble his undying loyalty to one member of his family continues to cause for the rest. Duran joins his side in a last-ditch effort to talk Pope off of any cliffs he's contemplating, and to offer the brotherly support that only Duran has been able to extend to him. The pair reminisce on a few childhood memories and recall the absences of Smurf and Baz. Both Hattasey and Weary are phenomenal in this scene, injecting Animal Kingdom with a dose of vulnerability and genuine brotherhood that doesn't always shine through the grit and action of the series. The gravity of what Pope has to do in order to protect the family once again is a heartbreaking recall of the very start of Animal Kingdom. Pope had been the only member of the Cody family to get caught up in a job that went wrong, and he paid the price for the botched job alone. Despite his sacrifices, the Codys were sparingly grateful for the lengths Pope would go to in order to protect them and the legacy of their family. In this scene, Duran begins to express that gratitude, acknowledging that it was always Pope that tried to take care of them. While Duran and Craig may never admit it aloud, Pope was the father figure that neither of them truly had growing up. The second scene in Gethsemane that demonstrates Hattasey's perfection as Pope is the long-awaited interrogation scene. Here, Pope is seated across the table from Detective Thompson, Moran Atias, who has been a pain in his side all season long. Despite the plan Pope has been instructed to follow, he quickly finds himself consumed by his guilt once more. Thompson begins to remind Pope of the lives he's destroyed with his violence, telling Pope of Lena's memories and the confession he made to Amy several seasons ago. The longer Thompson talks, the visible wear it takes on Pope's conscience is obvious. Hattasey also wears an expression that makes it seem as if Pope feels he deserves the punishment coming his way. Animal Kingdom delivers another perfectly titled episode with Gethsemane. The term not only has spiritual undertones but simply refers to intense emotional suffering. Both meanings of the term are applicable to the episode because of Pope. Pope's religious affiliations have been woven throughout Animal Kingdom, and in Gethsemane, Pope becomes an outright symbol of Jesus. Just as Pope contemplates what awaits him, Gethsemane is the place Jesus did the same shortly before his crucifixion. Pope's guilt and the emotional distress of the other Cody boys following Pope's confession allow Gethsemane to tie in its second meaning as well. Gethsemane ends with separate glimpses into how Duran, Craig, Ben Robson, and Finn Cole deal with Pope's confession, which humanizes the bond they share. Duran lashes out at Tommy at his bar. Craig finds himself unable to go home and crashes with Ren, while Jay returns to Penny at the hospital. Each of them reels in their own ways, though Duran and Craig have far more emotional responses. They are arguably the only two upset because of their worry for Pope, while Jay's concerns seem to rely on the business. As the one who was groomed to take over the business by Smurf, Jay has become eerily similar to her throughout the series. Gethsemane makes the resemblance clear, as Smurf gives Baz his own place in a flashback, while Jay offers Penny an apartment in one of his buildings. Throughout Animal Kingdom, Pope has traditionally been considered the most violent of the Codys. When Smurf needed dirty work done, it was always Pope she sent to do it. When the boys needed someone threatened or roughed up, it was Pope they asked to help. Despite his violent streak, Pope is also one of the Codys with the strongest moral compass. After the deaths of Lena's parents, Pope was the only one that tried to care for her and fought for custody. When Duran, Craig, or even Jay began straying from their path, it was Pope that tried to remind them who they were. Without Pope, the Cody family and name are bound to suffer in Oceanside.